It starts like any other shift. The car is clean, the app is open, you're ready to roll. But before the first ride even begins, you're already exposed to some of the most underestimated risks in the transportation world. And by the time your shift ends, you'll have navigated more hazards than most people face in a week. Welcome to the first episode of our 6-part series on safety in the transportation industry. Today we're looking at a group that spends more time on the road than anyone else: taxi and rideshare drivers. Whether you're a full-time pro or just picking up extra income with Uber, Lyft, Bolt, or a local cab company, this video is for you. We're unpacking the top risks, real-life case studies, prevention strategies, and lessons that can help keep drivers safe, no matter where they work. Let's begin with the scope of the risk. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, taxi drivers and chauffeurs experience a workplace fatality rate 5 times higher than the national average. In Canada, the Association of Workers' Compensation Boards reports that drivers in the taxi and limousine sector consistently rank in the top 10 for time loss claims. Globally, these drivers are exposed to a mix of urban traffic, crime, and long, irregular hours, conditions that make this one of the most unpredictable jobs out there. So what are the top hazards? First, there's traffic collisions. Drivers are constantly exposed to distracted drivers, aggressive drivers, unpredictable pedestrians, and chaotic urban infrastructure. It's a high-risk environment, even for the most experienced. Second, fatigue. Long hours, late nights, and irregular shifts wreck sleep schedules. Fatigued drivers have slower reaction times, reduced concentration, and a greater chance of falling asleep behind the wheel. Third, violence and assault. Unlike other transportation workers, rideshare and taxi drivers often have one-on-one contact with the public in confined spaces. Physical assaults, verbal abuse, and robbery attempts are a real threat, especially during nighttime shifts or in isolated areas. Fourth, exposure to illness. Drivers spend hours in an enclosed vehicle with people from all walks of life. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, this risk has become more widely recognized, but it still persists, especially with evolving public health threats. And fifth, musculoskeletal injuries. Constant driving, poor posture, long periods without breaks, and frequent lifting of luggage or mobility aids can lead to long-term pain and disability. Let's bring this to life with our first case study. In 2018, a Toronto taxi driver was killed in a high-speed crash on the Gardiner Expressway. He had been working for 13 hours straight and was on his way to pick up one last fare. Investigators found that he had fallen asleep at the wheel and veered into another lane. The crash involved 3 vehicles and resulted in 1 fatality and 2 serious injuries. The cause? Extreme fatigue and lack of regulated shift limits. The learning? Without enforced rest periods and clear policies, driver safety will always take a back seat to customer demand. Now let's go global. In Johannesburg, South Africa, a rideshare driver was attacked and robbed by passengers who used a fake profile to order a ride at night. The incident left the driver hospitalized and traumatized. He had no access to real-time emergency support and no ability to verify passengers beyond the app. This case sparked debate about rideshare company responsibilities and led to new safety features, including passenger ID checks and emergency alert buttons. What can we learn from both of these cases? First, that shift limits and rest rules aren't just policies, they're life-saving controls. Second, that technology alone can't ensure safety. Companies, drivers, and regulators all play a role in building safer systems. So how do we manage these hazards? Let's walk through a few of the essential control strategies that every driver and company should consider. For collision risks, defensive driving training is key. Understanding blind spots, managing space, and anticipating other drivers' actions can reduce the chance of a crash. GPS navigation should be paired with real-world awareness, not relied on blindly. To fight fatigue, scheduling controls matter. Drivers should follow maximum shift durations, build in breaks, and track their hours. Apps and meters should automatically limit availability after a certain number of hours, forcing downtime to protect drivers. To reduce violence, drivers need better support. Panic buttons, GPS tracking, video recording, and instant emergency response systems must be available. More importantly, drivers need to be trained in de-escalation, non-violent communication, and how to exit dangerous situations. Health risks, ventilation systems, regular cleaning, mask policies, and vaccination encouragement help. But communication matters too. Riders need to understand what's expected of them, and platforms should back up drivers who report unsafe behavior. And to combat musculoskeletal issues, ergonomic training can help. Adjusting the seat, using lumbar support, and stretching before and after shifts all reduce physical strain. At the end of the day, taxi and rideshare work is more than just transportation. It's about public interaction, personal safety, and constant movement in high-risk environments. Drivers deserve support, respect, and systems designed with their safety in mind. This is only the beginning. In our next video, we'll turn our attention to the safety challenges faced by bus drivers. Those who transport dozens of passengers at a time while navigating traffic, schedules, and sometimes hostile environments. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your network. And if you're a driver, we want to hear from you. What's your experience with safety on the road? Drop a comment and help others learn from your story. Until next time, stay safe, stay sharp, and stay in control behind the wheel.